So I want to talk about this. The chatter on social media has been for the past few months that, hey, the Bears won the offseason again. We've seen this before, but will it be different this time? And I'm going to tell you what I think. So what is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking. So matter of fact, here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, please do hit that subscribe button down below. Would really appreciate it. Hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, so yeah, let's talk about this. All right, so the Bears, quote unquote, win the offseason again. By the way, we haven't even gotten to the draft yet, but they're in a good position right now at the number 10 spot. They could trade down, they could stay there and end up getting, a really good player, a lot of different directions. So feel good about that. But yeah, the offseason, right, with free agency and going out and getting a center and going out and trading for a Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson, shoring up the offensive line, and then, of course, getting the top offensive mind, the hottest coaching candidate in Ben Johnson. Like, the Bears won the offseason. But that was said last offseason and maybe even the offseason before that. And we know that, the past two seasons have not been great. Last season was a disaster based on how it started. And so I want to talk about, will it be different this time around, right? Going into this season. And I got to tell you, folks, there's a lot of things the Bears did this offseason, and I'm happy about it. I think they needed to do it, but there was one transaction, one acquisition that happened that, to me, changed everything. And that transaction acquisition is the reason why I believe it will be different this time around for the Chicago Bears, and that is because of Ben Johnson. Folks, I cannot remember a time where I have been more confident in something or someone working out. All right? I was pretty damn confident that Caleb Williams was going to be a stud in the NFL. Obviously, it's only been year one, but the stats look good. He was decent. Obviously, coaching was a problem. Offensive line was a problem. But my point being is, I have not had this sort of conviction in a long time. I have so much faith in Ben Johnson working and being an elite head coach that I'm willing to go ahead and say that it will be different this time around. And if it's not, I promise you, if somehow, and I hope to God this does not happen, Ben Johnson is not the right guy for the Bears, he does not turn out to be a good coach, I will come on here, I will eat crow, I will go ahead and admit how wrong I was. Like, I'll take the punishment, man, because I am that convinced that this is the guy. I'm that convinced he's the guy. And I've mentioned all the reasons before, man, but just so cerebral coach, you hear him talk, he's just, in the film room, just watching film over and over again. He's just a mad scientist. Like, I just know this is the next Sean McVay. This is the next Kyle Shanahan. And yeah, I'm just convinced. I'm convinced. And so to me, he is the guy going to lead this turnaround. Of course, Caleb Williams is a huge part of it, but Ben Johnson is who's going to unlock Caleb Williams even more. Ben Johnson's going to make this offense go. Ben Johnson is going to make the Chicago Bears go. When they got Ben Johnson, to me, that changed everything. Everything. Because now I didn't have to worry. I'm like, okay, we got the guy. He's going to figure out the rest. Make no mistake about it, Ben Johnson has had his hand on every single move the Bears have made. He played a part in Jonah Jackson coming to the Bears. I believe he also played a part in Joe Thuney coming to the Bears. I know Ryan Poles had connections with Thuney as well, going back to his KC days. But I believe Ben Johnson had his handprints on that. And Ben Johnson, to me, has shaped this entire team to how he wants it to be and will continue to do so. But my point is, yes, the Bears won the offseason. Again, you don't get to hang offseason championship banners. There's no such thing. But this time it will be different because of Ben Johnson. I'm not guaranteeing the Bears are going to the playoffs. The Bears are, making a deep run. I'm not predicting at all the Bears winning the Super Bowl. Anything crazy like that. But what I am saying is, you will not come out of this next season and say that the Bears were a disappointment. You will not say the Bears were a disaster. You will not say any of those things. Again, they might not, make a deep playoff or anything like that, but they will have a successful season. All right? And that is because of Ben Johnson. He's going to turn this thing around. And folks, you guys should know this from following me on my channel. The last head coach, Matt Eberflus, like the second he was hired, I was never a fan of Flus. So no matter how good I felt about the team, I could never wrap my hands around it fully because I didn't believe in the head coach at all. And now I'm just, full on hugging this team because I love Ben Johnson. I believe in Ben Johnson. He is the guy. So to me, yes, it will be different this time around because I am that convinced on Ben Johnson. So again, that's just where I'm at with it, people. We'll see what happens in the draft for sure, but obviously the Bears are already improved roster-wise, but this man is going to charge this team and lead this turnaround, and you will see the difference here. All right? It's going to be obviously only year one, so hopefully he's going to be here for a very long time, but this is the next Sean McVay. Mark my words. Ben Johnson is the guy for the Chicago Bears that is going to make it different this time around and actually impact winning. Let me know what you guys think about that, man. Agree or disagree. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts as always. Thanks for watching.